It is very homely, if you will. There's a very, I mean, clearly this woman is the one who has designed, has also made the room things. There is a nice thick carpet. There's a little table, and there's a little flower on the table. And generally nice, clean, and not a lot of room, but nice.
Out of earshot of the innkeeper lady, Karen will say to Zacharias, "This is quite possibly the worst inn I've ever been in. Are you sure we want to stay in here?" Pleading.
Zacharias looks at Karen and smiles, but Lord Kyron, there was a book signing and tea in the evening. How can you say no?
That's exactly my point.
Here, of
Kyron?
course, the evening is around 7.
Yes, of course.
And dinner is served in an hour.
Wonderful.
But Kyron, you forget. While he's doing that, you get to have some fun with a pit.
Kyron seems to consider if that's worth the
We're told that
atrocious
the pit
conditions.
fighting was only on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's fine, he can do
That
combat
is-
training in the meantime.
Zacharias looks around and looks to the rest of the group and says, "This place holds some memory for me." And
Your childhood must have been really boring.
So Zacharias frowns at him. "I am sorry that my academic studies bore you, Lord Kyron.
Kyron frowns at him.
But you do not seem so quick to despise them when you avail yourself of them in battle situations." Zacharias snorts, takes a bite of the cookie.
Now, he knows that this place basically has the sort of common room, if you will, where there's small little tables and little chairs, and that's where you sort of buy your average sort of cake and cafe stuff and such.
Yay!
It's more that than it is a bar. And then in back there's the sort of a reading room, if you will. It has like a bookshelf with classics, and then there's the maps on the walls, and you can look and sort of take a look at their journey, and in the evening there'll usually be tea, and
Right.
and today there'll be book signing.
So Zacharias looks around. "Well, you are of course free to seek accommodations elsewhere. I, for one, will at least stay here for tonight. I want to speak with some fellow academics, if you wish." He looks around. "I also have some scribing to do."
Cash will ask the lady if there's a bathhouse, or if they can take a bath, if she can take a bath.
She'll say that there's not in this establishment, but there's a bathing establishment. It's quite nice. Many of the older priests or priestesses
Of course,
use
of
it.
course.
Oh, that is
down
different.
a little closer to the water. It's an excellent place. They have a large cage of birds that sing while you bathe. It is very soothing. I've been there a few times myself. It is a little on the pricey side, but sometimes a woman just has to take care of herself.
Indeed.
Like Cash with like her like leathery wings and like like
Tumor.
tumor
Sticking
sticking out and like just walking into the bathhouse. Oh, it's kind of great.
Fine, that's what the
You
sky
like
self is
imagining that, huh?
I like to imagine the reaction of the old crow.
Well, imagine what
Yeah,
happens.
like
Imagine what happens if the sky
Oh goodness!
Can she use her disguise in there too? Naked?
She can. She will not technically be naked, as she'll have the headband on. But yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm allergic to water. My skin turns blue.
What a terrible disease, young lady.
This paint just won't come off.
Exactly. Just frantically try to reapply the disguise. But yeah, Zacharias will certainly stay here for the evening. He wants to partake in this book signing and symposium discussion of whatever book is being signed. This is, for once he can speak with people like that are academics and learned, not these half-wits that surround him all day.
It seems, if you sort of go into it, it seems to be a talk of actually a magical nature, even Not directly arcane. It has something to do with ingredients found in the in North Talingard.
Hmm.
Apparently, this speaker has been on a few expeditions
Hmm.
to the savage North in his life, and he's now written a book, sort of talking about the findings he made there, and what uses such ingredients could have if at some point claimed.
Yes, this is something definitely Zacharias wants to take part in. I mean, the others are, of course, you can go about town,
Oh, Chiron will be very far away.
gathering more rumors, if you will, but Zacharias will certainly partake in this symposium. This sounds great.
Yeah.
He will even drink tea while listening to it.
You buy the book.
Yeah, I will even buy the
Signed.
book. Signed it, yeah, that's great.
And it's going to have a presentation and some maps and such shown. There's a slight little blackboard here, and with free chalk that you can sort of go up and write something on, and people can discuss it.
Oh, wonderful.
I mean, there's a few people here, an old priest, but mostly people wearing the black of the scholars sitting here. Priests generally, the cathedral.
Until dinner, or until the talk starts, Zacharias will spend his time in the writing or reading room, the quiet room, and he will scribe the scrolls that we got from the loot in the horn. He will scribe those into his spellbook.
Sure, can sit and do that. That's perfect. There's the stuff he needs for that.
By the way, I didn't actually ask now to think of it, but is it okay that Zacharias takes the scrolls and scribe them?
I don't even remember that we got scrolls at all.
Fine by me.
Like Passwall.
Well, scroll of Passwall and scroll of Cone of Cold.
Oh, right, those, yeah.
None of us. I don't think any of us can use the scrolls anyway. So
We also have a wand of Fireball with 4 charges. If we want to give that to the dragon, maybe.
Sure.
yes, the mini dragon can use it.
Yeah.
Has a 50-50 chance of setting it off.
Oh, this dragon like
fiddling with the wand, like, all right, go on.
whoopsies!
Activate blindly. Fire all charges at self.
The inn blows up.
He tries it once, it doesn't work, then he looks at the wand like looking down the barrel of a gun.
I was sure that it was swish and flick.
Is this thing on?
It was like the delay fireball.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
puts
how
it
many
in his
charges
mouth,
was on it?
like gnawing on
4.
it, yum, 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 and then like kablam, 4 charges.
Well, well, that's what Zachariah's gonna do.
Yes, and I will be
So
right
do that.
back.
Casual goes to the bathhouse, hopes she can get some a private bath thing.
A private bath would be 2 silver. It is pricey, but then she also get rose bath salts.
She needs that.
They smell really nice. Not as much of salt as she probably does after so many, even a week at sea.
So 2 silver?
Hmm?
What did you say? it
2
cost?
silver. 2 silver.
Okay, cool.
When they say pricey, they mean for an average civilian,
Oh,
not
Like
to
Chiron
someone
would-
who's carrying hundreds of gold.
Yeah,
No.
Chiron would probably go and check out the Golden Palace to see what that establishment is all about.
It seems to be a it has more rooms in the back. You can sort of see a lot of smoke. It seems to be something nearing to a local pesh ring. There seem to be a lot of working girls here of many kinds. There seem to be gambling and casino things, and there also seems to be quite the bar. And even though it's early and it's a weekday, there seems to be quite the party in there. Quite the amount of ruckus, quite the amount of drinking, and quite the amount of gentlemanly, patronizing humor and such. It is definitely not a sort of a sailor's bar. It is a classy place for rich people and charlatans who wish to engage in the finest that life can provide.
I see. But yeah, he won't really do much there. He just wants to check it out, check the food, check the drink.
The food is not the specialty. The drink, however, is quite varied and quite interesting. There's a lot of it. And there's a lot of good drinks. Very pricey things from all over Talingard, and even from outside.
That is very interesting.
Many boozes that Karen might never have tried, as they are illegal in the realm, sold pretty openly here.
Well, he will certainly try all of them. Not today, at least, so it doesn't get completely smashed, but
not at all at once.
over time. Yes,
Sure.
all at once. Mix them all together and then
Boom,
one
down
giant
it.
barrel.
I can take it.
Just sloshed immediately.
Drink the 3 liters of mixed alcohols. Yeah, sure. Pills and everything in there too. All right. And what does Kyron do when he's approached by someone who seems to, offer him to take him out back?
Kyron
He
will
has
just
a room here and such.
send them away because he's not really interested in that right now.
All right. They seem polite about it. And, yeah. What does Marcus do?
I said that Marcus will accompany Kyron.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
And Asurius?
Azorius, I mean, it's not the most exciting place, but he will make do. He will, have dinner here, possibly listen a little bit to the book signing, and he will spend some time just sitting in his room, and he will just go ahead and actually, just because he can, and it keeps his mind busy, he'll actually go ahead and just craft a combat scabbard, which is like 1 gold, so I can make it in like 2 hours.
Sure.
It'll have personalized runes to Asmodeus on it for Marcus. Then I'll store it away in the bag so no one sees it.
Sure. Just crap that makes sense. All right. Yeah. Well, the day goes, and you each do your own thing. Kyron and Marcus going back here at some point to sleep.
Yes.
We'll find that someone has already lit the scented candles.
Kyron will put out the scented candle.
With a
Smells
fire
sort of
breath.
like vanilla strawberry.
Oh, isn't that nice? How was the book signing?
It was very interesting to Zacharias. Yeah, he actually learned that the Savage North has a surprising amount of interesting ingredients. That, there is a reason for why people go there. Not just treasurers, but scholars to find some of these ingredients. Some of them are unknown of, and there could be quite the amount of discoveries made if only the Watchwall was never built and the Darians actually had finished the taking of Talingard.
Zacharias, I'll make a nature roll here to sort of partake in the discussion.
Sure, go ahead.
And exchange ideas and such. Well, not the best roll, but
Oh, yeah, he can certainly partake, and he knows a bit of things. I mean, he's from the area.
Yeah.
In the northern areas of Talingard. So yeah, he can certainly partake in that. It's an interesting discussion. People are polite.
Yeah.
Let each other speak, and they have sort of they have the appointed little man to sit there and sort of direct who talks when and such.
Yep.
You know, this
So Zacharias will drink tea, like
very civil,
yeah, very civil.
nice tea.
He will drink tea, eat some cake, and discuss these interesting findings. He will also buy the book, of course.
Get it signed.
Yes.
After the sort of book signing, a few of them sort of sit and talk about the day and what they've been doing and such. And they will actually invite Zacharias to come and join them in discussions, being quite polite and seem to know a bit.
No.
Think about a thing or two.
Zacharias will certainly join in this discussion.
They just sort of generally talk. They seem to be a group who comes here often enough.
Yeah, and the scholars.
Yeah.
Zacharias will actually start, talk around a bit, and then he will sort of move the topic of conversation to like the like state of scholarly pursuit in the city, and basically he will try to these people, polite and intelligent as he is, try to insert basically that he might be interested to start like his own, not really university, but more of a society for like-minded people who
Like a reading club?
yeah, a reading club who relishes in knowledge and want to discuss things in a civil and intellectual manner.
I mean, they will talk to them and see that apparently they have all in their time gone to the true Gaster University,
Mhm.
and they will still say that maybe you should go there and try to find some information, because there is actually quite a good amount of clubs there and such that you can partake in.
Mhm.
Uh,
Do they allow for creation of new clubs? I assume you pay some sort of registration fee or something like that.
Yes, you can be registered, of course, even if you're a member of the university, you of course can do it for free. But
Hmm.
for one who's not so fortunate, you can pay a fee to get entry, and then you can sort of discuss different things, different topics with them. Um, New clubs, there is no real restriction. I mean, anyone can form a meeting like we have right here.
How wonderful. So Zacharias will, again, sort of inquire what kind of clubs there are and, general interest of him. He will also inquire what you would need to sort of enter the academy. If Zacharias would be considered like a member of the academy, is there some sort of like test or anything he needs to take? I mean,
Oh, he needs to one. For any of them really, he has to pay the admissions fee.
mhm.
And he also have to have some form of credentials, or be able to at least show some form of prowess in a certain field that he wishes to engage in.
Hmm.
There are many of them. Many
Is
fields.
the field of arcane actually allowed?
There is the different fields of arcane. Yes, but there is the true Gaster University. They have the arcane wing.
Yeah, he will
Arcane magic is.
he will at this point name drop who's it, that scholar? Was it I should have his name here somewhere. Don't I? God damn it, what was the name of the famous guy? Professor
Let's see here. Professor Tiberius Fane.
Hmm.
Yes.
Tiberius.
Yeah, he will name drop Tiberius Thrain. It's like say, yes, I have heard so much about him.
They will actually sort of scoff a little, seemingly uncomfortable. Say, yes, sir, he is a great man, sir, but he's never really been like sort of person.
Oh, he keeps to himself.
So, yes, as he should. He is unfortunate in that way.
Hmm. What do you mean?
The old lady have been sort of eavesdropping a bit as he comes to refill it. He says he works at the Gaster University.
Oh, I see. Zacharias nods. Well, beg your pardon, gentlemen. An outsider like me, it's regrettably.
It's nothing you really want to get into.
No, I could see that, of
They
course.
seem bitter at the moment, sort of talking about. They don't seem to like the topic of having this great wizard work at the other university.
Mhm.
They might have a more famous teacher, but of course, in scholarly pursuit, fame is of little use.
Of course not.
It's all about the spirit.
Yes, the results, the research. Zacharias nods at this.
They seem to quickly to want to change the topic
Of course.
to other things. It seems one of them really likes plants, and that's why he invited the others to go here. So he does ingredients. And he seems to own a little herb shop that he's open every sort of morning.
No, Zacharias will do a new. I will do a new natural hill here to to launch into a interesting discussion about the different applications of plants and maybe some specially insights from the Kerbriar, which is where Zacharias was last time. Slightly better.
Knowledge is the Kerbriar is the one most desired area for such study, but it is phenomenally dangerous. Does Zacharias actually say that he's been there?
He says that he has been connected to some research many years ago, of course. With the current upsetting state of the country and all, traveling is of course very dangerous.
Yes.
But yes, once upon a time, with his old tutor, they visited the edge of the Kerbriar and did some studies, and he will sort of describe some of the flora and fauna of that place.
We will find it very interesting and sort of get into a discussion about such things. He's certainly they seem to like him. and ask if he's going to stay here for a while.
So Zachariah said, yes, as I said, I am new to the city, but I am quite fond of it already. And I must confess that staying and joining the New Gaster Academy seems to be a wonderful idea indeed. Such distinguished people as yourself.
What academy did he say?
The New Gaster, of course. Or the
Newgaster?
the True Gaster?
True
Gaster.
Gaston.
True Gaster, yeah.
Gaston.
Gaston.
The other one is the Gaster.
Oh,
Gaster.
that one is the one they spelled wrong. All right.
Yes, they don't.
We don't talk about that.
I don't like that. It's a royal one.
Mm.
Yeah, they will certainly talk. Although when he says that he is an outsider, whatever he names that, they do seem to get a bit sort of, a little full of themselves. It's clear that they, they explain some things to him that maybe they wouldn't have needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly assuming that, of course, he's not gone to any of the Gaston Hall universities,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to spare him the embarrassment of asking. So
Of course.
it's done in the kind way, but it clearly has the slightly patronizing.
Yeah. Well, Zacharias will certainly suffer this.
Assume that he doesn't know.
Yeah, he will suffer this this degrading, like smugness of these people, because he knows that he is, of course, vastly more intelligent and knowledgeable than any of these people can even fathom.
Oh yes.
But yeah, he will, continue pleasant conversation, and trying to be as intelligent and pleasant as he can, and tie up contacts basically.
Besides the slight sort of unnecessary help, really, it's quite pleasant conversation. Doesn't get too late though, because the people have to get to sleep.
Yeah, of course, the studies.
And as such, the first day in Gaston Hall, our arrival in Gaston Hall, has gone.
So while staying at the Golden Palace, would Marcus and Karen overheard something of interest at all? Perhaps.
Yes. Roll a d20 each.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't feel like typing it.
Oh.
I just hit a button that I have.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. Sure. And Marcus hears some people talk about that apparently there's something called the Horn of Abaddon that has been lighting up a green light for some time. A few months ago it did it again, and people are worried about that. It seems like this could be another trick from the Fyrax. If there was an attack from the other side as well, if the small city of Firhold and the other side of the kingdom was threatened as well, then that threat would be closer to Gaston Hall and be able to ravage through the heartland quite easily. Now that the armies are gathered in fighting for Devrin. They seem to be worried about that. Another one says that, that's so far away. It's Cabriar. How could anything from over there really get here in this time? Well, there's nothing to worry about. Generally, the consensus seems, though, that the king is not doing enough. He should be doing more. Why haven't we seen him? Why haven't we heard anything? He's lazy, coward, such things.
Okay.
Yeah. Chiron, though, will have a very drunk monk next to him at some point, who seems to try to strike up a conversation. He's just there. Says, "Have you tried the lady in the cage?"
Tried? What do you mean?
Yes. Yeah. He's not. Oh, you know what I mean. I can tell you. I have been to a pilgrimage to the Vale of Altana, and all the way there and back from Methrin, and no place have I found as good, as here.
I see.
I'm not trying to sell you anything, but we're friends, right?
Right.
So, how about you go in there and get me a pipe of some of the good stuff, and I'll tell you about the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yes, he just smiles. One pipe, you'll know all about the Phoenix.
What kind of pipe does he mean?
He mean a pesh pipe.
Pesh pipe. Would it be
It
easy
is
to acquire?
basically some sort of opium.
So would that be easy and uncomplicated to acquire?
You can buy it here, but it's a little pricey.
How pricey?
I mean, the whole thing, what he seems to be asking for, would be about 100 gold pieces.
That's a lot.
That is a
Kyron will turn to him. How do I know that your information is worth the price?
Here's a guy. Oh, well, it isn't really. He grins. Not to a person who isn't a friend, of course. Unless you really want to go to the Vale, see it for yourself. Then there's no reason to. I was sick, you know. Just sick from, not from these girls, of course. No, they were some country girls. Different story. But I caught something, and
I met this gnome, and well,
things happen, and I basically was on a cart dragged to the Vale. My sister did it. I don't know where she is. Looks about somewhere. Well, they took good care of me there. It's good people, and I saw it up close. Because now I can't promise you enough, but he sort of raised his hand. It knew that I was bad luck, because it scarred me. That's showing his underarm. It sort of has a what seems to be an old burn mark. That seems old in a way, as if it's been there for a long time, but without really healing. Now, I'll tell you all about it. What pesh pipe?
You know, Kyron kind of liked this guy who's weird and absolutely drunk, and I mean, 100 gold is not the world, and he does actually have that on him, so he will buy the drunk monk a pesh pipe.
Sure. And going to the den, there's sort of a big room filled with pillows, where scantily clad, very pretty women offer these pipes, and they will sort of sit down and talk to you and tell you how great you are while you smoke it. And you can sort of see some people who just lay here, looking immensely happy in the tent of the smoke. The guy looks at them and says, "Have you ever tried this?" Oh, of course you have. It's the best. This place is the best pesh in all Talingard. Of course, it's not sold anywhere else. Sort of present. They make good business.
I'm sure they do.
You know what? If you buy two, we can share.
I'd rather not. You can have your stuff, whatever you want, but this is not something I need.
He nods and says, "Sit with me." He taps the pillow next to him and sits down and begins to light the white clay pipe.
Kyron will sit down with him.
A sort of sweet smell begins emanating from the pipe as he begins to smoke it. The lady comes to sit down, but he waves her away and says, "I got company." He'll begin to talk and say that there is a great-sized phoenix. It flies around. They have a mountain on a lake. On top of that, the phoenix perks, and the young monks, you won't believe it, they climb up the mountain to try to get to the phoenix. They would fall down from that cliff, and they would plummet into the water and the cliffs. But the young monks, they climb, and that's how they become a member. The phoenix is protecting the Vale, and anyone trying to do evil or be evil in it will have to fight such a being. Now, they say it can't die. Just looking at them. But they also say that the phoenix, for the first time ever, has laid eggs. There could be more phoenixes next time I go. If ever, I hope not. But there could be more. Such eggs Do you know how rarely a phoenix breeds?
Well, I know now.
Says, it is very rare. And he sort of smokes. If you go there in maybe a few years, you could end up seeing like more than one phoenix. It's quite the sight, but you might want to talk to a priest first. He sort of grins and looks at his arm. It doesn't hurt anymore now. Oh, but I'd smoke this. Sort of blow the pipe. He talks a little more about the Vale. It's very pretty. Good sight. Many mountains. Nowhere to really get in except for the gate. Maybe some goat paths. Doesn't really know much. And the phoenix and the acolytes climbing the mountain. Then it sort of begins to descend more into just blabbering of a happy madman as he smokes more and more of the ash.
Well, once Chiron notices that the good kind of information stopped and the drunk monk is not only drunk but also high on some strange drug, he will make up some kind of excuse to get back to Marcus and eventually back to the inn. He's not quite sure if the 100 gold pieces was worth this kind of information, but maybe Zacharias is interested, so he will tell him about that eventually.
Perhaps at the next morning.
Perhaps, yes.
And,
But you can remember the next morning.
when a little bell is ringing, telling everyone that the home-baked bread and sort of mashed berries.
Lovely.
Sort of a communal table set up. Everyone gets to go and take the food and, eaten by the little tables.
Yep, totally. This is... Yes, baked bread, jam, breakfast, tea, more tea, please.
Zacharias is in heaven.
Yes. All of these fascinating topics to discuss.
This is what's served, and I assume you all sort of come out and sit down.
Of course.
Lady comes and gives you all a cup of tea. Says good morning and asks if you slept well.
Cash will come down and be smelling of roses and very happy, very relaxed.
Zacharias will look at Cash and he will smile to himself as well. Seemingly the bath went well.
Well, she's smelling of roses, of course.
So, Zacharias looks at...
I'm gonna change the picture because her elf picture annoys me.
at Marcus and Chiron. Did you find any entertainment last night?
Well, you see, there was that drunk monk, and I bought him drugs, so he told me about the phoenix and the whale.
What?
A phoenix and a whale?
Have you heard the story of...
Azurius is looking dead at you right now.
Zacharias looks also like quirks and a phoenix in the veil.
Yes, apparently there's a phoenix in the Vale who is worshipped of sorts by acolytes who visit the phoenix occasionally, or try to at least. And apparently the phoenix has laid eggs. I'm not sure if that's something that we should care for, but apparently this phoenix protects the Vale from evildoers, which on the other hand might interest us.
You can hear almost a partially awe-inspired, partially angry, just like quotes being said to himself, being said to Azurius in Ignan, the language of fire, if anyone understands it. Just him seeming quite both at awe by this, but also quite annoyed by this.
Zacharias will shoot Azurius a glance. An avatar of the living flame, Azurius. Wouldn't that be something?
There is only room for one.
Ha! Of course, of course. Eggs, you say? Interesting.
That is exceptionally rare.
Zacharias considers Is there such a thing as an evil phoenix? If we somehow got an egg, could we like hatch it and have an evil phoenix?
Zacharias doesn't know.
How amazing would a phoenix omelette be?
Just crack the egg and eat it.
Yes.
He knows that inside there would be something akin to magma.
Oh,
Mm.
you will.
Well,
It would be very sort of ashy, as would likely turn to ash.
But if we bring up this point of like hatching the egg of a phoenix, Zeus will seem very interested.
Mm-hmm. Zacharias will understand why, indeed. Indeed. Yes. Sipping
So
tea.
this could turn out very bad because one devout to protection is exceptionally dangerous.
Yes, a phoenix is, if I recall, quite a dangerous foe. Let's see what I can recall about a phoenix.
What check would it be for a phoenix, actually? Would it be
Kana,
okay?
probably.
Zacharias would know that phoenixes can fly. Quite good at it. And he also know the most freaking knowledge that they can't die.
Hmm.
If you kill them, they're quickly, within minutes, some say, restored to life and will fight you again. They will continue to do this until they have won.
Sounds familiar.
Also, how do you kill a phoenix then?
Most people don't.
Are we most people?
It is assumably possible to kill one, but you'd have to find whatever its weakness is, likely.
What would be like the normal weaknesses of a phoenix?
Well, I mean, they regenerate their body if returned to dust or ashes, or I mean, you might be able to with a very, very powerful type of magic. Or simply, I mean, kill it enough times, and its life cycles run out.
Mm-hmm.
It has a certain amount of lives it can live. Usually, when they grow old, they fly to a place of heat and belonging, and then they disrupt and burn into flames, and from the ashes come a new phoenix that is the new life of said same phoenix. You can, by killing them, you enforce this change, and at some point they will run out.
So while repeatedly defeating it, which seems rather tricky considering it's a phoenix.
Possibly
Oh.
destroying its vessel.
Yeah, so somehow find some other weakness of it. We don't know really what keeps the phoenix at the veil. Maybe the Mithrans had made some bargain with it, and if we break the bargain, somehow maybe it will fly away. Or, other than that, we need to avoid its attention, because we don't want to fight an internal phoenix, if we can help it.
Can a phoenix even, does evil phoenix exist?
Well, you haven't heard of one. They seem to be naturally inclined. They're nice birds.